Hello everyone, it's Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic and welcome to Tuesday Night Lights. I am just getting my iPad set up. So I hope everyone's having a fabulous Tuesday. I've had a great Tuesday, very productive and very busy. I hope a few people are going to join us tonight. I'm sorry about a different time. I had a few interstate people tell me that it was a bit late for them to do it at our normal time, Queensland time. Oh God, let's straighten this up. So I am trying a different time just to see how that goes. Hi Kim, happy Tuesday. Hope you've had a fabulous day. Yes. So today our Facebook Live is all about colour, and I'm doing an interesting colour combination today. So we're using shaded spruce and using melon mambo. Hi Jody, thanks for joining me. We're using Poppy Parade and pumpkin pie. Now, if you have been to Myers department store lately, you will notice, or would have noticed if you were looking carefully, that all their Christmas decorations are in these 4 colours. So that is the inspiration, the Myers Christmas in-store Christmas decorations, and I will post a photo in the comments at the end of the video and prove it to you that these are their colours that they're using this season. So I am doing a couple of projects, and I've tried to make them quick because I'm told I take too long as well. So I am doing a couple of projects showing you different ways that you could use these colour combinations, this colour together. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I was going to do a stamp along tonight, but I think that we will leave that till maybe after Christmas, because people are really tired and busy, and but we'll see how we go, because Tuesday night stamp-alongs are fun too. Right, and it won't be mystery stamping. You'll know what the project is as you're creating it. Okay, so this is the stamp set that I'm using, or one of 2. So this is a family and friends stamp set. Now, I love this set, but due to complete lack of time, I haven't barely used it. So I'm wanting to use it tonight just to... Yes, Kim, they said my videos are too long. So, and I'm trying to keep them under an hour. So we're going to see how we go tonight and see if I can make 3 cards in under an hour. 2 or 3. We'll see how we go. All right. Let's move that up a little bit. Okay, so this is my family and friends stamp set. You're going to use the trees and the Christmas lights today. So I've already cut my card base. Hi Glenda, welcome home. No, Jodie, it's not rude. It's good feedback actually. If someone can't watch because it's too long, well then that's okay. I've also got a piece of shaded spruce And I've got a piece of melon bamboo, and I have already, in the interest of saving time, you found me, Glenda, yes. I'm so glad that you're back, Glenda. We've missed you. And okay, the interest of saving time, I have already die cut my dots out. Now I want to just tell you a little tip about this. So when you die cut, run this through your die cutting machine, you'll have lots of little spots. So if you have, and this works with anything that's got lots of intricate little pieces, get your lint roller. So this is just a cheap lint roller from the cheap shop, and you just run it over your die cut piece, and it picks up all those little things, and you don't end up with them all over the floor like I normally do. So that's just so any lint roller will do that for you, like a sort of tacky lint roller. So we've got our first 3 layers there, so we're going to stick those together. Now that's the die cut with the dots and spots, and this is a great little die to add some interest. Okay, I really love it, and it's really nice when you die cut in white and then you put it on a white layer. It looks really fabulous. I wasn't going to buy it, and my dear friend Meg from I Teach Stamping bought it, and yes, I shouldn't watch her videos, let me tell you. I seem to buy all sorts of things I have no intention of buying because I've seen it on her video. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that this is nicely scored. Now, I didn't bring my pieces of white for the inside, so I'm still packing away from our craft stall at the market on Saturday, which was lots of fun. It was lovely to see a few of our stamping friends like Yvonne and Kim and Tiffany and a few other people that we haven't seen for a while pop past and say hello. And I've still got some things for the people who are local in Brisbane, Logan. I've still got some chocolate items for sale and I need to sell them because I don't want to eat them all. Well, I do want to eat them all, that's the problem. That's okay. Yes, Kim, I got mine from Celebration as well. Hi, Helen. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm just doing a few little dabs of glue on here. You don't need too much. So, now what's the weather like where everybody is? Like in Brisbane, it's hideous. It's 36 today. What is that? Steve had to mow the lawn this afternoon after work, and I think he just about expired. It was so hot. But it's the only chance it'll get done before the weekend, before the very eclectic Christmas party. You reckon I should send it by airmail, Jodie? I could do this. Some of the things won't post well. Like one lady wanted me to post something and I said, it won't look anything like because it was all pleated, and it won't look anything like what the original product was. Okay, we've done these layers. Now, I've also got, and I've cut these from the framed florets, and I need to get some magnetic sheets, but I've used this die from the frame florets, and it cuts out a border and an inside piece. So I've used those, and they're in the new mini catalogue, but you can get them now. So, oh, it's cold in Adelaide at the moment. Oh, that's no good, Jodie. No good at all. I don't know whether I'd rather be cold or hot. I really don't know. Okay. And so I've cut out a white piece. I've also cut out a Poppy Parade piece. Now, I'm not real keen on this colour. As I've been sitting here thinking about it, I want it to be a bit darker. So, I'm just going to grab my ink pad and I'm going to grab my Poppy Parade piece. And I've got a scrap here. I'm just going to press that onto. Normally I would press it with my fingers and I wouldn't worry about too much ink, but I've got so much ink on my hands today that I just wanted to not have quite so much. Yeah. Hi Lynn, thanks for dropping by. We're doing an unusual colour combination tonight, and it's all about being inspired by the Maya store Christmas decorations, which are shaded spruce, pumpkin pie, melon mambo, and Poppy Parade. So this one now, it'll be a bit darker colour, so I'm just going to set that aside and let it dry. And we're going to do some stamping. So, not doing a whole heap of colouring today, just pretty simple stamping. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab my family and friends trees. Now I have already stamped one of the trees and coloured it because so I stamped the little single tree, okay, and I've already coloured that in, and I've just coloured it in shaded spruce, keeping with our theme. Okay, I'm going to use some Memento ink. And yeah, Jodie, you're probably feeling the cold a bit more than you would have been because you've just come back from the tropics. Yeah. I know it was pretty cool in here this afternoon with the aircon on, but I'm just going to pop my little tree down the bottom. I've stamped it in Memento ink. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll pop that aside. I'll get my other block, this block here, and I'm going to stamp my little garland. Now I'm going to do what we call, or what I call, rough colouring. So there's not a lot of finesse goes into it. It's just, oh, what do you call it? Quick and dirty colouring. So here we go. Oh, my piece of paper's moved. I should stick it to the table. It drives me nuts when it's crooked. Okay, so we've got a little garland and we've got our trees. And the beautiful thing about this is that you can change things partway through. So if you don't like something, you can just change it. Okay. And I don't have examples to show anyone. So I'm just got my shaded spruce stamping blend. Made sure I haven't got any ink on my fingers. And I'm just going to really roughly colour that in. Now, oh, hi Sue. Thank you for watching. I don't get to see you on here very often. It was lovely to see you and Steph and Chris on Saturday. So I'm just doing a bit of rough colouring here, really easy. Nothing too precise. And I'm just doing it all with my light colour first. And I'm turning my image around so I can see where I need to colour, because it's a fair distance away from my eyes. So, yeah. So that's our first tree. I'm going to do a second tree. Now, as I said, this is inspired by the Christmas decorations at Myers. So the colour scheme is, not the card, it's not the layout of the card. Now, I forgot to bring out my brown, or a brown colour for the stem, but I don't think that it really matters. I think there's enough texture. So I was trying to clean up and then realised at 10 to 7 I had to eat my dinner in time to be live. So here we go. So we've got our little trees coloured. I'm now just going to go in with my darker shaded spruce and just put a few little dots in there. Nothing too particular, just a few, just to give it a bit of interest. Yeah, these are sort of a bit like, we'll call them Charlie Brown trees. Has everybody seen that movie about Charlie Brown? I think that it's such a beautiful little movie. Now, I've really roughly, very, very roughly, fussy cut this one out. So he's just going to go on there. Now we need our lights. So I think that we will use our pumpkin pie lights. I'll find the right one. And our melon mambo. Then we're picking up those Maya colours. Okay. So I'm going to make every second light a different colour. Okay. And we'll start that. Whoops, I was going to do that, but then I messed up. So we're going to have a string of, so don't try this at home, no. We're going to have a string of pink lights and we're going to have a string of orange lights. That works. Now, if you wanted to be really particular, you could get your yellow and go around them as well. I've got a bit of my Poppy Parade blends, so I'm just going to just make the tops of the lights red. So that's pulling in that red from the Maya Christmas baubles. Now, I would have never have thought to put these colours together. But when you, my challenge for you is to go through Myers and look up at the decorations. Now, I do think our little tree needs a little bit more fussy cutting. There's a few bits that are a bit white. I'm just gonna, just near the top to make it just stand out a bit. Now, it's not perfect fussy cutting. I am not a fan of fussy cutting, so for me to be even thinking about doing this on a video is a bit odd. I must have been having a weak moment when I thought of that. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we're going to put this together. So one of the easiest ways to do it is to, when you're using a different inner and outer layer, is on the edge of your strip of dimensionals, you've got usually a long strip. So what you can do is peel that off, and it's supposed to be there to hold the dimensionals onto the backing, and you're just going to put it on the wrong side. Now this could end up looking really yucky, so my apologies if it does. So I've put that across the centre. I'm going to take the backing off. Oh, hi Megan, thanks for popping by. Haven't seen you for ages. Well, it doesn't help that we live on opposite sides of the city, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my, I think I might do it up in the left corner, up like that. Now, I'm not worried about that little bit that's showing because I will have a piece of ribbon there. Now, I want to put a couple of glue dots, not glue dots, dimensionals behind that frame just so that it sits up nicely. Those confounded little bits of paper. And I don't even know where any of my big dimensionals are at the moment. They're hiding from me, I think. And we'll do this one over here. Now don't be frugal with your dimensionals. Be very generous, okay? Because they're cheap and they make a huge difference when you use the right amount. I'm just going to pop a few in the middle. I don't know where my take my pick tool is. I don't know where anything is today because it's all in boxes, and the dining table you can't actually see, and my craft cutting desk I can't see either. But we can see the kitchen bench now, so we have made progress. So, yeah. So how is everybody today? How's their week been? I feel like I'm not... can't see any comments at the moment, so hopefully you're chatting, just waiting for me to catch up on comments. Okay. So when you're taking your backs off your dimensionals, just press them in the middle and they should just lift off. My hands aren't working real well because I did some gardening, and so that wasn't fun. I'm not a gardener. So it's coming together, our little thing. I was going to put this tree in the middle of the other two trees, but I'm actually not now. I've decided that it might look, and this is where I need your help. You need to tell me what you think. So we need some interaction here. You're eating some dinner now, Kim. Oh, good. Steve made a Thai yellow chicken curry. So my nose is running. And so I'm trying not to sniffle. So I'm wondering if we put our tree here. Oops. Or if we put our tree over here. I'm thinking maybe in the middle. What do we think? I'll put it up a bit higher actually. I'm thinking about there. Do we like it there? Oh, hi Estelle. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, oh, we've got 1 vote for the middle, 2 votes for the middle. Okay, we've got a couple of votes for the middle. Any other votes for the middle? I think we're all... Okay, that's a consensus, so we're gonna stick that down. So it needs a sentiment. So this is a fairly plain card, but we're gonna dress it up with a few bits of bling. Oh, I found my take my picture. How's that? How good is that? Didn't have to look out very far at all. And I'm just going to pop a few bits of bling on my card. Oh. So, yeah. Oh, hi Tracy, thanks for popping in. Hope you're doing well. Hope Bronwyn's doing well and the rest of the family. Nice to see you. So, just doing a few. So it's a nice skinny tree. I'm on this Aussie Christmas decorating group on Facebook, and a few people have had these skinny trees and they get really upset when they get them because what they order isn't actually what they've received, and it's really interesting to see what people's expectations of their tree is. Okay, so how are we liking this one so far? We need a bit of ribbon, I think. We'll just put a little bit of ribbon. I was going to put it at the side, but I'm not now, so I'm just going to tuck that bit of dimensional underneath. I think the tree needs a ribbon on it. Because ribbons on trees is all the rage. If you've been to the Christmas Shack or Dash of Christmas or somewhere like that, you'll see there are lots of ribbons on their Christmas tree. Oh, you like it in the middle too. Great, Glenda. That's great, because that's where it is. I shouldn't have been so quick, should I? All right, let's see. And I can always change if I decide that I don't want a bow in the middle, which I realise I just tied that off screen. Sorry about that. I was going to put the bow there, but he's a bit big. So I'm going to put it with my sentiment. Nothing is too hard. So we've only got a little bit of scrap, because obviously I wasn't thinking. So I'm going to grab out my orange, pumpkin pie ink and the From All of Us stamp. Now, and I'm just going to stamp it about there. Okay. I could have done it in red, but we're sticking with that Maya colour scheme. and it is coming together. I'm just going to cut that out. I've got my very, very dirty trimmer. I've been making lots and lots of boxes and gluing and all sorts of things, so I haven't had a chance this week to sit down and clean all my tools. I like to clean them once a week and just get all the adhesive off, and but yeah, that's a bit of a mess. I love this little mini trimmer. Whoops. Now, move that out of the way. So, I'm just going to get some dimensionals again, but before I do, I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back of my sentiment, and I'm going to stick my bow behind it, if that's going to work. No, it's not. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to sniffle. And no, it's not COVID, it's just because I had curry. All right, so is anyone doing anything? Did anyone do anything exciting on the weekend? Did they? I got to have a nurse of my new great nephew yesterday, and he's so tiny. He's a week old, and he's just, I think it's 5.5 pounds, so 2.5 kilos. I think that's right. And he's so beautiful. So I got to have a nurse of him for the first time yesterday. And oh, he's so small. I didn't quite know what to do with something that small. And because we went to Mum and Dad's, dog came with us, and Delphi loves babies and little people. And she was beside herself. She just wanted to give him a big kiss, and which my niece was completely okay with because she's got stuffies, and it was just a lovely morning to spend some time with my mum and my sister. I'm just going to, yeah, my bow got a bit caught on the dimensional, so I'm just going to manoeuvre it so the dimensional will stick. Okay, and manoeuvre that one, top of the bow. Yeah, so, and the other exciting thing that's happening for me this week is one of my best friends is coming home from her holiday, and she's been gone since July. And so I am so excited that she will be home this week. And I can't wait to see her because I've missed talking to her. So, but she's had a fabulous trip. So there we go. So that's our first card. So that did take a little bit longer than what I wanted. So that's our orange, green, pink and red colour scheme. So let's see if we can do something a little bit different with that. Just grab my other stamp set that I wanted to use. I was going to do 2 with that stamp set, but I'm not now. I can change my mind halfway through. And luckily I have prepped it, so I'm not really winging it, Jodie, but it's close. Okay. So this one we're going to use, and it's another non-traditional, it's a non-traditional Christmas card, and I'm going to use the Sun-Kissed stamp set from the mini catalogue. Now, I haven't really used this much at all either. It's one of those ones that I love it, but because we've been busy. Now, I've got a different colour in here. I've got some real red. So again, we're using that Poppy Parade Shaded Spruce, Pumpkin Pie, Melon Mambo. Okay, so we've got all those colours there. Now, I started this one earlier. And I have cut my base card. I've cut a layer with the pumpkin pie, and I have cut a layer of white with the using the deckled frames dies, or deckled rectangles die. So these are so good, like, because they have a really interesting edge on them. Right. So I've also cut a piece of Poppy Parade, and I've cut 2 pieces of white in case I make a mistake, and they're cut with those deckled rectangles as well. Okay, so I have started with using my blending brushes, and just put over here out the way. I started with the real red at the top, then I've got a bit of Poppy Parade, then I have some pumpkin pie, and now I'm going to use some Melon Mambo. So when you're using your blending brushes, put a good amount of ink on them. Okay. And then, and I had something on my brush. That's okay. And hopefully that'll blend out. But if it doesn't, I'm stamping over it, so it doesn't matter. So I'm blending these colours in. And I want the, oh, I've got a bug on my table. They're attracted to the studio lights. So I get lots of moths and all sorts of things. Yeah. I discovered when I was gardening on the weekend that our, it's hard to tell the difference between a toad and a frog. We have little striped marsh frogs that live, little native things that live here, but when they're really little, they sort of look a bit like a cane toad. So there was lots of screaming as I'm pulling out plants. It's like, is that a toad or is that a frog? So I don't really like toads at all. So I'm just blending that a little bit. Just so it's sort of a bit like a sunset sort of a shot. And I have no clue how this is going to turn out because I haven't done it before. I've got my pumpkin pie. I want to put a bit more orange. Blend the pink and the orange again. Oh, you like my blending? Thanks, Glenda. I don't do it nearly enough. So I thought I originally just did Poppy Parade at the top, but I think it needed that darker piece. Okay, so we've got rid of those. So next thing, well, we've got the ink out, we'll just stamp our sentiment. And I'm stamping my sentiment in That's got ink on it. In Shaded Spruce. And we're stamping Sunny Seasons Greetings. So haven't even put this set together. That's how often I use it. So we better put that back on that stamp, I think. I know I showed you this the other week, but so I've got my sticker from my stamp. Pop it on my block. Now, before I do, I'm just going to take the backing and just pop it under one edge, right? It just makes it a little bit easier to pull it off the block. Okay, now grab my stamp. And take my backing off my stamp. Oh, sorry. Oh, the toads that come into your courtyard, Kim, end up sleeping in your freezer. It's not like you can even feed them to your pet snake. Although, I heard that ibis have learnt how to make the toads get rid of their venom, poison, or no, venom, and then they wash them in water to wash the venom off. Okay, so I've got my Sunny Seasons Greetings here. I'm going to stamp that one in the center. Oops. How about I get my other, I'm going to turn it over to the magical other side because I didn't stamp it right. Let's try again. Ah, still not right. Well, let's see if it works. That's a problem when you're not over top of your stamping. Sometimes you can't do it the way that you like. Oh, that's a bit better. It does have a bit of a smudge in the middle, but that's all right. Okay. Now, I've got, that's a very small sentiment for that piece. So I'm going to just grab another stamp, or two stamps actually, and I'm not going to put backs on them. I'll do that after the video. Oops. Oops. I don't need that ribbon. The ribbon's gone rogue. Oh, sorry, Kim, I didn't. Oh, you saw that on Facebook about the ibis. Oh, yeah. How clever are they? Those bin chickens are, maybe they should be the mascot for the Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games, eh? No, they definitely shouldn't, but. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp some shells on here. And I've stamped off the edge, so that's okay. So there's a couple of shells, and I'll stamp a little bit there as well. There we go. All right, put that stamp aside for later on. Now, you're probably thinking, what is she going to do with that middle bit? We are going to stamp. I was going to do the island, but I've... no, let's ask the question. Do we want, on our card, do we want tropical palm trees or do we want deck chairs? Now, just tell me what you think. You want palms or chairs? And the first person to answer, oh, we want the palms, the trees, okay. Well, that's what we're doing. You're the first. Oh, and Kim wants the deck chairs. Oh no, we've got a tie. Okay, Glenda, what do you want? Oh dear. Well, I did say I would go with the first one, I think. So I'm going to go with, sorry Kim, I'm going to go with Jodie and go with the trees. Because I can't see any other comments coming up. Oh, there's someone else watching, but maybe they're not as quick a typer as you two. You two are old hands it is. If you have the, oh, if you have the chairs, you have people sharing, oh. Oh dear. Okay, I am going to do what I promised and I will go with the trees, but I will do another card later with the chairs. All right, so I'm using my Stamparatus here. Okay, and I'll do the same card off camera with the chairs. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my block under there. I've got my grid paper. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to ink up my trees. And just stamp them onto this here. And it's not exactly straight, but reasonably straight. I can work with that. So you can see this here, the little smidge lower on that side, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my piece here. And I think we're going to have the red down the bottom. I'm going rogue. I have no clue what I'm doing really. No, that's not quite right. I do know what I'm doing. I've got a vision in my head. Now we know that this one is down a little bit lower. So we're going to just tilt it up just a tiny bit. Now, grab my magnets off the back. It's only going to be a smidge difference. If I was really smart, I would have actually not die cut it until after I'd stamped it. And then I could have got it perfect. But anyway, I'm inking up over the side here. And we're going to pop our trees on. And the reason I'm using my Stamparatus is because it's quite a big stamp. And I want to make sure that I've got a nice even coverage. So we're not going to get our 3 cards in, but we will get 2 in. So, and there we go. That is our little trees. Okay. I'll move our Stamparatus out the way. I'll clean that up afterwards. Now let's put our card together. As I said before, I didn't bring my white pieces for the inside out. So first up, I'm going to layer my white blended piece onto my pumpkin pie piece. Now if you wanted to add a bit more interest, you could have stamped the pumpkin pie piece in pumpkin pie, or stamped the melon mambo piece. I'm going to use some dimensionals to put this next layer up. So let's grab those. And I'm going, because I'm only using the mini ones, I'm going to be very generous with them. Okay. And let's take all the backings off them. Whoops, that one didn't stick. Ah. Now he's stuck to the wrong side. Now, and I will show you the other card that I did make using this colour scheme, which I really, really love. And I'll show you that before we go. Next week we'll be doing our draws of our Christmas challenge, Christmas card challenge from my Facebook group. We'll be doing the November customer draws and a few other things leading into Christmas. Okay. And that looks a bit crooked, but that's okay. All right. Now I've got my sentiment. Thank you, Jody. It's a very non-traditional Christmas card. I'm liking those colours and I really want it to be something a bit different. Now, I actually don't like how big or how much of a border there is around that. I think it's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my, I'm not going to layer it on the red. So you can, that's what I said before, you can change your mind. I've got my blending brush. So I'm just going to put a little bit of colour on this, and it's not quite going to work the way that I want, but it's okay. Ideally, I wouldn't have quite that much on there, but I didn't like how big that border was. And if I was in my craft room, I would have used a sponge dauber for this step rather than my blending brush, because I have more control over that. But I don't think that that's too bad. I think what it does need is a little bit of orange in the centre, just to make it a bit less red, and it's going to be patchy orange. I could have just left it white, but I'm experimenting here. And it's nice to experiment, and it doesn't always go the way that you plan. So now I'm actually going to use dimensionals on it. Again, we're getting a good workout today, but I'm only going to use dimensionals on one end. And I had ideas about putting ribbon and stuff on this, but I don't think it needs it. I'm only going to put the dimensionals over here because I don't want it. Oh, no, I don't want it there either. Let's just change that. I'm going to pop it. Let's pop it down the bottom here. That'll be better. See, winging it well and truly tonight, Jodie. You like the colours, Glenda? I'm so glad. Well, I don't have a lot of red and green in my house for Christmas. Our Christmas tree has got lots of hot pink in it, and the I've got a little Christmas tree in our family room that's a white tree, and it's got it's actually got pink and silver baubles, but they've got my little flamingo, they've got little pink flamingos on all of them, and it's got pink flamingo fairy lights. Now, it needs a bit of bling, so let's use a bit of the pink bling on this. Oh, I did have some other red bling, but I don't know where that's gone. Yep, it just appeared. Looking on my table. I'll have to take a photo of my table and show you. It's just a mess. What I do want to do is I've got my Wink of Stella, and I want to make sure that it's nice and sparkly and that the water's sparkly. And that the shells on the shore or on the words are sparkly. We're just going to pop a bit of bling on here. We'll just use these pink I don't even know what they're called because I lost a piece of paper. But anyway, I think that that's pretty cute. We'll put a bit of bling up in the top corners up here as well. And so I'm keeping with my rules of always using 3 or an odd number. I'm going to pop my last little bit of bling just down here. Okay, so these are our Maya colour scheme inspired cards. And I want to show you the other really fun Christmas card that I made. With these colours. They're called, oh, thank you, Megan. Oh, lovely to see you watching. I didn't know you were here. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Yes, Jodie, you do have to love flamingos. So, yeah, so they're my Maya colours, and this one is one that I created using the Nothing's Better Than stamp set. And again, these are, I love this one because it's cocktail glasses, which is really all about our summer. That's all right, Megan. I'll forgive you. I'll definitely forgive you. All right, and so again, I've used the Maya, been inspired by the Maya Decorations colour scheme, where I've got my shaded spruce and melon mambo and the pumpkin pie, and then we've got real red on the umbrellas. So just because something, when they say you're going to use a certain colour combination, you don't have to use too much of it. So this one here, we used hardly any red at all. When you think about it, it's mainly that melon mambo and pumpkin pie. Oh, you liked the glass one, Kim? Yeah, I liked that one too. That one I had a particular friend in mind, and I was going to give it to her before she went back overseas, and yes, I just didn't. But so they're very, very different ways you can use the same colour scheme. So I challenge you, when you go to your shops, take a photo, which is what I did with these ones. Take a photo of the decorations. So when I went into Maya and I was looking for clothes to take to Sydney, I took a photo, I saw the decorations and I thought, that's a great colour combination and I wouldn't think of using that. And so that's why I used it. Like this one here hardly is any of the shaded spruce, but there's enough on there so that you can see that it ties in with that combination. Oh, you've had a few of those cocktails, Jodie. I'm sure you had more than a few. It was melon mambo, shaded spruce, pumpkin pie, and poppy parade. Okay? Yeah, that's right. And so, oh, and this one, the sentiment is from Word to Glow, I think it is. Yeah. Brightest Glow. So there we go. So they are our, that is our colour challenge. For my colour challenge was to make cards using those 4 colours, and I think that we did okay. So for my customers who are in Brisbane, we've got our Christmas party this Saturday, so I'm looking forward to seeing you. If you haven't RSVP'd, you need to RSVP like tonight, because otherwise you will not have a kit to make on Saturday. Next week we will be having Tuesday night lights again, and also we'll be having, oh, you're excited. I'm glad you're coming, Kim. Yeah, just don't let that Zeus of yours escape between now and then. No, Xena. Was it Xena the snake? Escape. Oh, Leanne's coming. Great. That's fabulous. Looking forward to seeing everybody, and we've got some lovely afternoon tea. It starts at 2. So, and then next Tuesday night we have Tuesday night lights, and then Wednesday is our last coffee and cake. Yeah, coffee, cake and cards for the year at the Algester Sports Club. I'm looking forward to seeing you too on Saturday, Glenda. It's going to be lovely. I've got my things all ready to get baked on Friday, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually baking, which I haven't done that for one of our events for a little while, so that will be lots of fun. And if it doesn't work, I can always go to the shop Saturday morning and buy something. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, so everyone have a great night. And I didn't get done in under an hour, so I'm sorry. But I think that it worked out okay anyway. So, yep, have a great night, have a great week. Yes, Glenda, I do have time to bake. I've got my day planned on Friday, and yep, I've got my cupcakes all sorted, and yeah, and biscuits. Oh, thank you, Glenda. I didn't see you'd come on board, Glenda. Glenda L. Snuck on there like Megan, hey? Anyway, all right. Well, you have a great night and have a great week. And until next week, happy creating, and bye for now.